are the qualities of a high-value man?
Ooh, someone sweet.
Here we go. They always tell on themselves. Oh man, yes, someone sweet, of course, is a high-value man, right? Because high-value men are defined by what women want, of course.
Caring, loyal, trustworthy.
This is literally the opposite of what women find high-value men to be. Like, sweet, loyal, attentive, caring. These are the traits of a beta male. Like,
they can do something for you without asking for anything back.
Respect, money.
Wait. Give. They can do something without asking for anything back. Right, so he just does whatever you want. Yeah, of course, that's a high-value man. What a joke. So, again, this is the idea that women define what a high-value man is by what is best for them. So, if she says stuff like this, I mean, it's clear as day what's going on, right? Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, hitting all for notifications. Also, if you're on the podcast, please rate 5 stars. If you'd like me to comment on a video, compilation, or maybe a Reddit post, send the link to the Helios blog at gmail.com. Here we go.
And loyalty.
Right, so they're describing the perfect beta male, right? Another add-on I can give you here is these are the things that they want in like the top man that they're interested in, right? So they want all of those qualities that the guy has, and in addition, they also want him to be nice, loyal, caring, have money. But those are not the actual main requirements that she desires. She desires a winner, a guy who's liked by many women simultaneously. She desires a guy who's highly physically fit, highly attractive, sought after by many women. And then in addition, she wants these. Do you see how the laundry list is like impossible to fulfill for most men? There you go.
Okay, would you say that for most women, looks, money, and status are part of that?
Yes, completely, 100%.
Looks, money, status. There you go. So those 3 are exactly what defines what women find the most attractive in men. It could be summed up by the following word: winners. And if you're not one of those, well, I mean, you're going to have a bad time.
Okay, do you believe that every woman wants a high-value man?
Yeah.
That's true. That's called the Pareto principle, right? So, and it's true that all women want that, but they might not necessarily all get it, right? And that's why we get the current situation in the modern world, right? Where women desire certain things, but their chances of getting it are much lower than the desire, right? So anyway, with social media, online dating, all that sort of thing, what's happened is the Pareto principle is on full display. So the idea is that 90% of women are interested in the top 10% of men, and so they all give those men their attention, and then those men have so much selection that they never commit to any of them, right? And then because they never commit, they make, or maybe they do commit, but again, 10% for 90% means that only 10% of those women can end up happy. So the rest of those 80%, they get nobody, right? And then they end up with cats and with boxed wine, right? So
I believe every woman wants a high value man, yes.
But not necessarily gets a high-value man.
Exactly. They don't get it, and they don't seek out for the right ones, or they just settle.
Right, so here's the thing. That's a belief set of women. The idea is that if they don't get a high-value man, a top 10% man, then they're settling. But that actually isn't true. Because if a girl is a 5 or a 6 out of 10, she should not expect to get a guy who's a 9 out of 10. That is not settling. She would not even be settling if she was with a 5 or a 6 out of 10 man, right? But because of online dating, Instagram, social media, women's thought process or their opinion of themselves is so high that they feel that if they don't get a 9 or a 10 out of 10 man, that they're settling.
A lot of people go after status and money and looks.
Would you agree that looks, money, and status are part of that equation for most women?
For most women, yes.
They'll always say for most. So here's the thing, right? Women always believe that they're the exception, right? I'm not like that. I'm special. But if you ask the same question to a whole group of women like this guy is doing in the interviews, right, you'll see that the answer is the same. So 99.95% of the time, the girl's not the exception, and so we can generalize the thought process and the thought patterns and the behavior based on that, right? If 99.95% of the time you're going to be correct by believing that women want money, status, and looks, you should not think then that the individual in front of you is the exception. You should think that she will follow exactly that pattern, right? And so that's why channels like this are so important, so that you can see what the actual truth is, so that you can make informed decisions based on that.
Why would a high value man with lots of options choose you to be his one and only woman?
Because look at us, we're baddies. Like,
and it's really funny that they say that, right? Because again, 99.95 women also percent believe that they're the exception, that they are the ones that high value man is going to choose, not realizing that he will almost never choose any of them, right? So for example, so this is the equivalent to the question, what do you bring to the table, right? So women have a laundry list of demands for what they desire in men, right? But then they're not meeting the demands that they have with traits that they're bringing to the table much of the time, right? And then much of the time they also don't realize what it is that men actually want, right? So they believe that men want strong, independent boss babes, but that's actually not what men want. So here is the list again, just, so we can get it out of the way. Fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, and cooperative, and also loyal. If the woman isn't those qualities, then the chance of a high value man committing to her is next to none, right? These girls are like, oh, I'm physically fit, so of course I'll be chosen. Well, maybe for bedroom fun, right? But you're not going to be chosen for what you want. You're going to be chosen for what he wants, right? But if you want what you want, then you should provide the traits that I listed before.
We're bad as fuck, and I'm wifey material.
What can you...
Okay, but if you are, what does that entail, right? Because you can say whatever you want to say, but you need to demonstrate in your actions and in your behavior that that's what you are, right?
What can you offer a man that no other woman has?
There you go.
A wifey that will take care of your kids, work, that's not a bum, doesn't have to pay for everything.
Okay, but again, not a bum and doesn't have to pay for everything is actually what women want, not what men want, right? So, like, again, many women will define what men find attractive as what women find attractive because of solipsism, right? So you're going to ask them, what do you think a man will find attractive in you? And she'll say, I'm strong, I'm independent, I have my own job, I make my own money, I'm not a loser, I have a degree. But all of those things are things that that women find attractive in men. What they don't realize is that that's not what men find attractive. What men find attractive is fitness, femininity, loyalty, cooperation, submission, right? And if women don't have those, then there is like little chance that a man of value will commit. So based on what she has said, and look at her finger, she doesn't have a ring, there is no way she's in a serious relationship or a marriage because she doesn't know what men actually want. So how could she then do the things that men want to get a man like that?
Everything,
But don't you think that there are like countless women who can offer the
For
same thing?
lifer.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What percentage of modern women are suitable for marriage and why?
What percentage are suitable for marriage?
What would you say, roughly? I don't know.
Oh my God. Suitable for marriage. So meaning you have a woman that at least wants that. Wow. I'm going to go, I'm going to say 10%.
Actually, that's a very nice number. That's a high number in my opinion. But again, notice the Pareto principle, right? So 90% of women want the top 10% of men, and maybe the top 10% will commit, but they'll only commit to 10% of women. You remember how I said that? the implication is that only 10% of women actually know what men want and are willing to give men that in order to get that commitment, right? The other 80% of that 90% that are interested, of women that are interested in the top 10% of men, those other 80%, they're either clueless or too entitled or too not good looking or some combination of these qualities to ever get a man of quality to commit to them in a marriage. So there you go. So again, we have the exact reason why the modern world is modern misery for most women, right? It's because women are shooting above their target, right? They believe that they are a 9 when in reality they're a 6 and should be aiming for a 6 out of 10. If they aim for a 9 out of 10, they're going to be disappointed 99.95% of the time. But women are gambling their whole lives on this 0.05%, right?
Wow. Why is that?
Because most women think they're better than they think they are.
Perfect. I mean, he described it exactly. That's exactly right. They believe that they're better than they actually are, and because they believe they're better than they are, they end up miserable.
Interesting. Okay. If women are so strong and independent, why does the pressure of marriage and commitment typically come from women?
Because that's how you grow up. Like it's the white picket fence. It's the, your dad did this and like, you're a princess and all that. Like, yeah, that's not true.
So why do women push for commitment? Women push for commitment because a woman's biological imperative is stability in order to be able to raise children, right? So as I said, right, men are polygamous and women are serially monogamous. So a woman wants the absolute highest status man possible to commit to and have children with, right? So that her children can be raised with high stability. But that isn't what men want, right? And that's why men don't have to push for commitment, because men, all they desire is to spread their genetic material, right? So and then of course there are some men that then choose to compromise on their strategy in order to maximize the outcome of 1 or 2 or let's say 5 children, whatever. But that is actually a compromise of a man's biological strategy, whereas a woman's strategy is what I just said. And also, yes, women are cultured to want a certain standard of existence, but that's just because we live in a matriarchy, right? We live in a society that encourages women-favored things, right? And that includes a certain standard of living for her children, right?
They were sold a false reality.
What are your thoughts on the following expression? If you chase women, you'll eventually run out of money, but if you chase money, you'll never run out of women.
Honestly, yeah, because we want the money.
I mean, that's a great. It's the girl's telling on herself, but it's true, right? Like, you as a man should never have women as the center point of your life. Women are the cherry, you are the cake. So if you put women as the center point of your life, you'll never be happy, because women can't bring you happiness. Women can multiply your happiness if you already have it, but if you don't have it, the solution is not a woman to solve your problems. The solution is you to solve your problems. Basically, women want winners, right? So if you are not a winner, then you are going to end up unhappy every time, right? Because women desire a winner. So if you're spending your time chasing women instead of chasing excellence, you're going to end up in a bad position.
He knows because he got money, every bitch gonna sleep with him.
Well, in other words, okay, is it realistic for women to expect absolute loyalty from the high-value man every woman is chasing?
No, it's not realistic because of the Pareto principle, as I said, right? If 90% of women are interested in the top 10% of men, those 10% get all the benefits, right? So you can't expect that man to be fully loyal because that man is so superior that he doesn't have to be, right? Whereas women kind of do have to be loyal because it's the law of supply and demand, right? If they're not giving one of these top 10% men everything he wants, he will just replace her with a man that does. Sorry, with a woman that does. Whereas a woman can't replace a man as easily. Of course, she can get any man she likes for bedroom fun easily, but that's not what women want, right? Getting bedroom fun is not the end goal for women. Getting a long-term relationship and a marriage is the end goal. So to skip around from bedroom fun to bedroom fun, all it's doing is wasting time and wasting the ability to pair bond with a guy of actual value. It's a waste of time and her life, really. And so that's why I think womanism is so damaging to women, because it teaches women to do what men do, which actually destroys them.
No.
So then why do women expect loyalty from all the high value men that they're chasing?
Shit, that's a good question.
It's because women want to have their cake and eat it too, right? It's like you saw at the beginning of the video, right? Women want the top men to do all of these extra nice guy things on top of also being, you know, superior, a winner, highly physically fit, highly attractive, you know, good in bed, whatever. She wants, in addition, she wants him to be nice, to be loyal, to be, you know, chivalrous, to be like, it's just an impossible laundry list of demands, basically.
Shit, I don't know on that one.
What are your thoughts on the following expression? If you chase women, you'll eventually run out of money, but if you chase money, you'll never run out of women.
That is 100% facts.
Facts, exactly. So again, you are the cake, she is the cherry. So you should never ever chase women as your goal in life. You'll end up miserable. And if you're not sure, if you don't agree with me, look up Roosh V, okay? Just look at his life progression. Okay, fine, I'll summarize it here. So Roosh, he was a pickup artist in the 2000s, a very successful one. I think he slept with more than 1,000 girls, but he made his life about women. And so at the age of like around 40, he had a midlife crisis and then converted to religion and became like a religious fanatic, basically. And it's because his life was empty, because he chose to make his life about women. And so of course he ended up unhappy, because rather than chasing excellence, he chased women. And that's the problem, right? What's funny is that he wrote lots of books on how to seduce women and all that kind of stuff, right? And if he had made his life about that and not about women, he actually would have ended up happy, and he would have never had to convert to religion. He just had the wrong mental point of origin, as Rollo says, right? He didn't make himself the mental point of origin. Like, what he should have said is, I'm going to learn exactly what women are like, and I'm going to tell other men how, and I'm going to improve the lives of men everywhere, and I'll also benefit by sleeping with lots of girls. If he had done that, he would have actually ended up happy and never had to convert to religion. But instead, his mental point of origin is, I'm going to become exactly the guy that girls want, right? And so you see, his mental point of origin is actually what women want and not what he wants, and that's why he ended up miserable, right? So men, take his life as an example of what not to do. You should not have women as the center point. You should have yourself. I'm going to become the greatest boxer in the world, right? And then in the process of doing this, you become a winner, and in the process of becoming a winner, then you become attractive to many, many women. You see? That's the difference.
Okay, so should men chase women or should men chase money?
Men should chase money.
Indeed. That's right. Clear as day, right? So men, learn well, because if you are chasing women, you're going to have a bad time. So in your 20s, you know, when you're not that successful with women, because most men experience a period in their life where they're really terrible with women, that's what you should be working on, and not something else.
Money attracts females.
That's an awesome expression. It's so true.
So then, once again, why do so many women chase the high value men, but then expect those men to not be with multiple women?
Right.
At what age did you first realize that you had the power to influence men using your looks?
Oh, I would say like 14.
This is a funny expression here, but I'll mention it here as well. I've said it in a previous video. Women stop maturing at the age that they realize they can use their looks to manipulate men. So some women, they realize it at 14, some at 16, some at 20, but wherever it is that they realize it, that's where they stop maturing. So that's why you see 40-year-old women who act like 14-year-olds. That's why you see 35-year-old women acting like 18-year-olds, etc. It's because once women realize that they can use their manipulation abilities and their social intelligence in order to manipulate men, they no longer have to mature mentally. And so that leads us to the point where we say that many women are not able to lead, they're not able to do the things that men can do. Because men, they don't have this luck, right? Most men have to experience the harshness of life and having to adapt to these circumstances and to become superior. And it's not something that you just get for free like women do, just for aging. All right, let's go to a Reddit post here. One sec. I'm just going to go to relationship advice. No. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. Here we go. My GF is out cheating on me right now as I type. You cannot make this shit up, guys. We've been out together for 5 years. She's never been truthful or faithful. I know she's lying about where she is. Her location is somehow unavailable. She won't answer a call to tell our daughter good night. She's been defensive when I asked her what she was doing. I know in my gut she's back to her old ways. This is mind-blowing to me. I know I have to get this and go. But it's tough when you have kids. I'm dumb as hell for taking her back. This one's on me. I mean, the way that this guy said it, it's pretty succinct, right? Like, there are certain girls for certain roles, right? So if she's a friends with benefits, don't ever upgrade her to a wife. I mean, you know this, right? Like, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, right? So if you try, what's going to happen is you're going to end up miserable. So don't try. Just use her for her role and use a different girl for a different role. Okay, let's look at the top comment. Every day, we get the chance to take steps and make decisions that bring us closer to the life we actually want. It sounds like you have a very dim view of the version of yourself and didn't place you on the best path. Sort that out later if you get the chance. Right now, focus on today and tomorrow's decisions. Make the ones that prioritize yourself and your daughter. Best of luck. Pretty good advice. So the idea is you are the mental point of origin, right? So if you're unhappy, that's what you should work to fix, right? Again, if she's cheating on you and stuff, like, there is no getting the relationship back. It's just done. So you should, unfortunately, this guy's in a marriage and has a child with a girl like this. And that's the sad part, right? In our modern society, the girl can do this, cheat on you, and then she'll take the kid and she'll take half your stuff, right? So don't get married. But anyway. Oh, so you gave her a second chance and she blew it. Time for you to choose what is next. What do you do to protect your daughter? Indeed. So there you go. All right, everybody, I think we're going to end the video here. So again, if you're liking my channel, liking the videos, please, on your way out, leave a sub, hit all for notifications. Also, if you're on the podcast, leave me a 5-star review. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/Helios YouTube. Rumble, bit.ly/Helios Rumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/Helios Podcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/The Helios Blog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/Helios donations and buy my books at bit.ly/Helios books. Thank you so much for all of your support.